So, what's your story? Sounds like a weird question, right? But it's something that you definitely should think about because it comes up a lot. So, today I was doing an interview. I hope I don't get in trouble. It hasn't come out yet, it'll come out soon. But I wanted to plug this site because it's my friend's site. It's on Facebook here, Board Game Binge. It's a group. It's very cool. They do lots of interviews with lots of high name people. I see Joe Slack here. I see the couple from Chai. I know Crowdox. So some really good in-depth interviews. They're about half an hour long, and James, he just keeps pumping them out. So you should definitely come take a look. The whole point of his group here is, no nonsense, or just like very high quality posts, right? Not so much of the meme kind of stuff. So if you're really interested in board games, you should definitely check out Board Game Binge on Facebook. The reason why I bring up What's Your Story is because I was talking with James, and I was doing an interview, and he wanted to know my story. And luckily, I've already thought about this because I've been on other interviews, other podcasts, and stuff. So it's important to think about your story, and also make sure you frame it and present it in a way that makes it a story, right? There needs to be an arc. You don't just want to hear, I woke up this morning and then I got on the bus and I went to work and there was a traffic accident and then I got to work and it was late and so I got to my meeting. You see how like boring that is? Instead, you could take the same story and you could start it in the middle. You could start it somewhere else. You could start it somewhere more exciting. Like so there I am running down the hallway. I'm sweating. I'm late to the meeting and I get there and I see the teleprompter's already up. And then how did I get here? Well, it started, my alarm didn't go off, right? And it's just like different ways you could pace things. You don't just want to like detail out like bland step by bland step of what happened. You want to think about the arc. You want to think about the high points, the low points, the emotional points, and the interesting points, right? And it doesn't mean you're like lying or making this up. It's just that you're curating. You're taking the best points and you're putting them together and you're leaving out the things that don't matter, that aren't important to the story, and you're presenting it in a package, in a story that's interesting. Because even if you have the best content, people don't care without a story. That's why Kickstarter pages, they always have a story, like what's your story? And that's something that I need to work on too on these videos, because I try to bang out a lot of content. I make it really short, but I don't always talk about the story or why it's relevant or how to apply it. I kind of like have been a little too bare bones. So I really got to lean more into this as well. So what I'm challenging you to do is think about your story, especially if you have a game that's going to come out. You're going to be talking to people. You're going to be creating a Kickstarter campaign page, and you want to know what your story is. You don't want to have to come up with it on the spot. You want to think about it and really remember, how did you get to where you are? How are you different? What are the challenges you had? What are the key observations you learned? So think about your story, put it together, write it out in a spreadsheet, try it out. Try having people interview, see where sometimes your story drags, or you repeat yourself, or it's just not that interesting. And then see what parts people are like, oh my God, really? Or, oh man, I can't believe that. Those are the moments you want. You want a string of that. You want your story to be more like a roller coaster than a merry-go-round. And if you think about it, you'll see that, I'm sure, whatever got you here was not just like a boring single path train kind of thing. You probably had lots of curves, lots of ups and downs. So that's what your job is. Think about your story, write it down, and if you're feeling brave, post it somewhere, right? Do a blog post or respond to this video or post it on my page. Do a live stream, do a video, just tell your story. Do it somewhere. Okay, I'm inviting you to do it here if that's where you want to do it. But I hope that you're going to do it. All right, what's your story?